Hey there guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another best class setup in Warzone video. Today we do have something very special for you here today. Now, the GOATs, the best boys in the Call of Duty community right now. We got JGod, we got True Game Data, and we got the exclusive Ace. They've been working on trying to figure out the new meta. And of course, the M16 is something that is coming up a lot in these guys' videos and then the content and stuff like that. And now that we know, thanks to those lovely people, do go subscribe to them. I'll flash up all their links and stuff like that. They'll be in the description, whatever. Go subscribe to these people. These are the Warzone machines, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, the M16 is basically the new DMR in this game. Now, essentially, you get super fast burst kills and basically no recoil with this thing. It is unbelievable how super strong this absolute machine is. Now, if you have played Cold War at all, you'll know that the M16 is a burst rifle and it absolutely dominates in that game. You get super fast one burst kills. Now, in this particular game, you'll get 2 burst kills, but it's still just as powerful, man. There is, like, nothing better outside of a sniper between 50 and 200 meters with this particular weapon. Just before we do get into it here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on if you do want to see more content like this. We've got videos coming out mostly every day, so don't miss out on any of that. But anyway, let's just jump straight into our best M16 class setup here. This thing is the new meta, man. Like, this thing is so super strong. Now, this might actually be my new favorite class setup in the game overall. Like, this thing is an absolute monster. The M16 absolutely shreds people. But as we usually do with these, the timestamps, of course, will be on the video's loading bar and in the description. So we will start off with that secondary here. We are looking at the MAC-10 here today. This is basically just still the best SMG in the game. Our attachments are, of course, to go with that agency suppressor here for that sound suppression damage range, as well as the increase to our bullet velocity. And I think you get a little bit of recoil control with this bad boy, which is super nice. Then you move to that task force barrel for that damage increase to our range, and of course that bullet velocity again. Bullet velocity is one of the best stats that you can go with right now. This does say that it does increase your recoil, but don't worry about that. It does not do anything of the sort. Then we move to that SAS combat stock, which does give us that shooting movement speed and aim walking movement speed as well. The reason we take a stock in this particular slot here is because if we drop off the stock, you can see that we get the weird little bar type things which make the iron sights a little bit worse, so a stock is really important here. Then of course that field agent grip, 10% increase of vertical recoil control and horizontal recoil control. And then lastly the Stanag 53 round drum mag, because we get a large amount of bullets to fire with this bad boy and we don't reduce our aim down sight speed lots with this particular option rather than the fast mag. Moving to the perks here now, of course we want to start with whatever you do choose in the perk 1 slot. We're going for cold blooded because I have seen a couple of people running around with thermal sights, but of course you can take quick fix, EOD, double time, whatever you do prefer here. In the perk 2 slot, of course, we are running with overkill because we do have that MAC-10 in the secondary slot. Then basically you find another loadout drop and grab Ghost later on. And then perk 3, because we are switching between our weapons very quickly, we'll want Amp to be able to switch between the weapons very quickly. Of course, that lethal doesn't really matter what you choose here. You can start off with the Semtex if you like to be aggressive, but this is of course up to you. We're going with the Prox Mine to watch our backs and keep us covered. And lastly, that tactical, of course, we want that heartbeat sensor to gain that extra piece of information. If somebody doesn't have Ghost or anything like that, they show up on our little radar. And then lastly, what you're here for today, of course, is the M16 attachments. Now, of course, we know that the attachments in this game aren't actually like accurate. The stats don't actually do what they say they do, but we're going to try and navigate our way through this here, of course. Starting off with that agency silencer for that sound suppression damage range, and of course increasing our bullet velocity, I believe, by a touch, and also giving us a decent amount of vertical recoil control. I think it's about 10% with these particular silencers. Then of course we want that titanium barrel, which does give us an increase to our fire rate, but this also increases our bullet velocity to a point where it is very easy to hit shots at long distances with this weapon. In the optic slot, we're going for that axial arms 3 times because this is an excellent option. Very clear sight picture with this bad boy, and an easy thing to be able to fight at those medium distances. And the underbarrel as well, we want that field agent grip. Of course, this does give us a 10% increase to our vertical and horizontal recoil control respectively, which is very nice here. Really helps us stay on target in combination with the recoil control that we get from the silencer. And then lastly, that 60 round Stanag mag. Basically, you can choose this or the fast mag as well. The aim down sight speed loss that we do get from this is kind of significant, so you can pretty much choose whatever you do prefer here. And as usual with these class setups, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to jump into some gameplay here, but if you have not tried out the M16 in Warzone, make sure you jump in. It's the new DMR. This thing is absolutely insane in this game. Alright, that's a very strange loadout drop position. We are literally in the middle of nowhere. So we are, of course, as usual, going to cut this until we start getting some kills and get into some gunfights and stuff like that, and we'll talk about more about this class setup in just a second here. Ooh, that is unfortunate timing for that man to walk into that. I think we 2 burst him there. Like, I don't think we hit too many shots, but I mean, We hit enough shots to make him not alive, so that's good. And essentially that is what you're talking about here. With this particular weapon, you're looking at those like medium to long distances. Essentially, like look at this recoil. Look at this, we aim at this thing. Look at this. You'll like pull down in between the burst. That's kind of what you're after. You're trying to hit as many shots in center mass or like cascading up into a headshot as possible. Which can be a little bit tricky with a 3-burst weapon. It just takes some practice though. There's a guy just there. Yeah, we got him. See what I'm talking about? Like, this thing is basically just the new DMR, man. Like, essentially you just light people up. And that's it. Like, it is as simple as that. Like, you just start hitting shots and people go down. Like, the shots are really easy to hit. Very similar to how the DMR used to be. Like, you don't actually have to put too much effort. Like, you do have to pull down on that recoil, like I said, in between or as the burst goes out. But all that is just practice. Hello. Ooh. We should have gone for a headshot there, I think. We gotta go, though. We have to go. We can't sit up here anymore. After we made that man very angry, we gotta go. It's important to go for those headshots as well. You do chunk people if you go for those headshots as well. So that is another little bonus that you can look for. No. Wait.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
What? Alright, we got the down on him. Move up. Oh boy.
10 remaining. Keep it up.
Not a particularly good spot to be in, especially when I think there is somebody sitting up on there. Any information? There is. Nah, can't. Oh no.
You've got gas moving in.
I think we're gonna have to go for it here. We're gonna have to send it across. Yep. Does make it tough to hit shots when the gas mask comes on. It's always more difficult to hit those shots when the gas mask comes out, boys. So you guys already know how I feel about, like, Plunder in general. Honestly, it's, like, a good game mode. Like, it doesn't seem that realistic because you do have differing amounts of armor and stuff like that when people drop in and so on. Like, it's not a super realistic, like, representation of what you can do and get away with in Warzone, but, I mean, simply you get to jump in. You get to run around, you get to shoot people. That's as simple as it is, really. And I do want to go up here and definitely die. This is... No, continue shooting, young man. This thing... We may not have, like, sort of displayed it very well in the last gameplay that we did. Maybe we got a couple of kills, we did okay. Oi, stop that. Where am I getting shot from over there? Nah, bro. Uncool. I think a couple of the boys are out over this side of the map, so we're going to try and take a little look-see. Yeah, there's definitely boys dropping over there, so we're going to go have a look. And it's a little bit unfortunate with the timing there. Ooh, nah, you're not going to hit me, dude. And with 60 bullets to fire, man, like... Anybody even looks your direction, you can just hose them down.
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead.
Look at that, man. Just such accuracy. Such good damage at range, man. Like, there's a bunker there. That's why they keep coming from there. Yeah, he's just in that doorway there. Push him. Nah, he didn't stand a chance, boys. Get up. What are you gonna do? Crawl away? You gonna wait for your friends to come rescue? They ain't coming, boy. They ain't coming, brother. Let's just leave him there. He won't get up.
Enemy soldier incoming.
That was such a bad plan, too. That was such a bad plan. Alrighty, boys, I think we have done a pretty good job here, and we're just going to jump into our final thoughts here right now. So, of course, as we saw in the gameplay there, guys, man, this thing absolutely dominates. Like, you could see in particular in those plunder game modes just how hard this thing shreds people. And it works in great combination with the MAC-10 as the best SMG in Warzone right now. Sprinting around everywhere, being able to switch our weapons, this class is absolutely perfect. We get those medium distances, we get the long distances with the M16, and of course we get up close with the MAC-10. Anyway guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on if you have not already done so. I do very much appreciate it, and it does very much help me out. As I said already, do go check out the links in the description because the guys who are working very, very hard trying to investigate all the Warzone statistics deserve your subscriptions as well. Anyway, as I said, I appreciate you watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!